Master Police Officer John Alford of the McLean Police District is an officer with a passion for cars, not only in his work, but in his #1 hobby, miniature auto racing. John's been racing cars since he was a young boy. These days, he races on behalf of the charity he founded, the Fallen Heroes. This nonprofit organization was formed to keep the memory of his colleagues, partners, and friends alive and honor their contributions to our society.
I was approached by my dad's friend. He owned a race car, and at the time his driver got sick, so he asked my dad if my dad would drive the car, and my dad said there's no way he was going to get in any race car. So he said, "How about your son?" And my dad said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And he asked me, he said, "You want to get in a race car?" I was like, "Heck yeah." That was a full-size race car. That's back then. It's called a dirt track late model race car. It's just been a passion of mine ever since.
Well, John came into the garden center at our original store in Merrifield, just outside the Beltway, and he had talked to one of my colleagues, and they had put him in touch with me because I handle a lot of the donation requests. And when we heard about his organization and the great work that they do and the uniqueness of the car that they drive and all that, it just sounded like a really fun thing to do, and more importantly, a great cause to support.
Well, this is quite a little vehicle here. How big is this car?
It's about 9 feet long, 3.5 feet wide, and almost 3 feet high.
It's amazing. I can't even imagine someone.
John has offered to bring the car out to one of our
tight.
stores and let kids and adults, kids of all ages, I should say, come out and see the car and ask questions about it and learn more, not only about the car, but that's where the charity thing is so great, because it then leads to the great work that these people are doing. And I think that's an important message to not only make sure we get out there to everybody, but especially to the young people who, as they interact with police officers and firefighters throughout the day, it really kind of hits home with the type of work they do.
The engine is a GX 390 Honda engine. It's 24 horsepower. When we get them from Honda, we turn them over to Arena Racing, and they tear them apart and then build them up a little bit stronger, because we run 110 octane racing fuel. It's what we call spec racing. Everybody has the same engine, the same oil, the same gas, the same tires, the same everything. So it's how you set the car up and how good of a driver you are. If you race them inside, they're called arena racing. If you race them outside on bigger tracks, which we do those sometimes, they're called mini cup cars. And if there's a little bobble or anything like that, you will flip over. I guarantee at least one of these cars on its roof at night. And if you do flip over, the officials, the safety crews run over, check on you, make sure you're okay. If you're okay, they flip you back over. If the car can start and you want to keep racing, start it up and keep on going. So they're very durable. It does take a lot of work, but it's all worth it for me for getting out there and really honoring these men and women. Before each race, we'll select a jurisdiction in the state of Virginia. We'll contact that jurisdiction and ask that police department, fire department, or sheriff's department, what have you, permission to honor their most recent killed in action. If they give us permission to do that, we have that department then contact their next of kin. If they give us permission, we put that officer, firefighter, EMT's name on the race car. At the end of this race season, we also continue going to car shows, expos, just general displays, wherever I can get a place to put the car and talk to the public about the awareness of our fallen heroes and about our sponsors. I'll take it, any day that I can get out there. What I get from sponsorship money and donations, I put into a race account, and also winnings goes into this race account. At the end of our race season, whatever money's left over in the race account goes to the Virginia Public Safety Foundation. What they do is they help with counseling of the next of kin of police officers and firefighters and EMTs killed in line of duty. They also help with scholarships for the children. Quite a few of the families come to the races, and they really like seeing the names, and especially the kids. They can't believe that their dad or mom's name is on the race car. You know, it's like, wow,